Hey, so I'm back. Took a couple weeks off there. For me, it was totally necessary. For the first reason was that I'd been sick over the last week with a fever and a stomach ache and having stomach problems, and finally kind of letting the elements of a new country take their toll on my body. And I've been lucky up to this point to not eat anything wrong or have any problems up until last week. So knock on wood, I'm just glad that it passed and I'm feeling better now. And furthermore, just not being able to play sports for the last 2 weeks, I have a small problem with my ribs that is almost 100%. Started playing basketball again on Tuesday. So just happy that my body is back to 100%. But what I will say in those 2 weeks was that it was a very, very, very dark period for me. I think just mentally and emotionally almost, it's kind of draining to be in another country for an extended period of time, especially when you're not in tune with all the different elements of the culture or what the language all means. And furthermore, just being on your own. It's a time for self-discovery. It's a time for changes to take place and just to see how you'll respond to them. So the last couple of weeks, I just started looking at the big picture of everything, and it was really not good for me. I mean, it was really negative thinking as far as, you're 6 months down, you have another year and a half to go, you have another 2 years to go, and that kind of thinking off the bat definitely wasn't helping me. I wasn't communicating with a lot of people. I was spending a lot of time, on my computer or reading a book and not really engaging with anybody, not really wanting to. I felt like I had this huge weight strapped to my back and I was pulling it everywhere. And I don't know what changed. I think a couple of days ago when I started feeling 100% again, I think just getting up and going to work and making conversation with people, being an initiator again, just starting to go around and see how everyone was doing over at the incubator. But being alone out here is something that, it's great at sometimes, it's great at some points. I can get a lot done. I feel concentrated. I feel like I'm getting smarter. I feel like I have a lot more trust in myself. But in the same aspect, just missing out on having tight bonds, having tight relationships, being able to laugh with people, So there's definitely some trade-offs, but I can definitely see that having people in my life is something that I definitely need, no matter if I'm in Moldova or in Chicago or, in Mexico or wherever I was or wherever I will be. I just need to have some solid relationships in the place that I'm living in order to fully be at my best. Furthermore, the best thing I think that happened to me over the last week was that my laptop completely died, just completely shut down. I'd been riding on 0% battery for 6 months, and finally the system just shut down. My adapter as well doesn't work anymore, so not having a computer for me has been great because I can definitely start to acknowledge I guess how much dependence or reliance I have on that piece of technology, and it's not good. Narok! Da! Плачи ора! Шасе? Change? Okay, change. So, I'll be playing basketball today at 5. Just talk to the kids across the street. But yeah, well, like I was saying, with the internet, without having a computer, the reliance on technology, it's really important for me in order to just get my mind out of this networking, out of this dependence that I have on this piece of technology. What I've started to realize is that even if I'm working on a project or just surfing the web, the second somebody wants to pull me away from it with a conversation, with anything, I seem to feel agitated, or I seem to feel bothered by the fact that they're taking me away from that piece of technology, and that in itself is, an addiction. And it's not a good one. So not having a computer this week has been great for me. It's really allowed for me to go into work and write out lists of things that I want to do, allow me to talk to the right people. It's allowed me to reprioritize what I find important out here, and most importantly, to have conversations with my business partner, Vitaly. Me and him are finally on the right track again. I mean, we finally have gotten to a point of communication where, I trust him. I trust that he's going to choose the right thing for our company, that he's going to allow me to use my judgment in order to make good decisions, and together just talking about what needs to be done was really helpful. So as an example, we're thinking about buying a large wooden I guess we call it a wooden sign or wooden directory that we'll place out front of the business incubator so that people know where to go to buy things or where to go to meet with these individual entrepreneurs. So I think that that's very important. Furthermore, I also let him know that this week we're going to be going to universities again in order to pitch our incubators to university students. We want to have young business owners at our company, and this will be our route to getting the word out. So lots to look forward to. I just want to say overall that my spirits are back up. I feel normal again. I feel like myself. I feel motivated. And I think the biggest reason for that is that I realize that I need to communicate with the people at my work, and I think that applies to wherever you work. So if you're going through a rough time in your office, or you feel uninspired, or you feel like there's a huge weight just dragging you down, just go talk to somebody in your office. Ask them questions about what they're doing. Ask if you can help. Get away from the computer every once in a while. I feel like once I got that piece of technology taken away from me forcefully, it's allowed for me to re-examine what's important in life, and also kind of get back in touch with real life. So with that being said, keeping my goals short term, just trying to stay motivated, get back in shape, and have fun out here.